Hey everyone, Aaron Stewart from the Little Black Couch. I am still not on the Little Black Couch Facebook page yet. Many of you who have been supporting me and staying with me over the last little while have wondered about it. I'm still going live, but just to my personal page because I still don't have access to the Little Black Couch page, which has been a little frustrating. But it's also also caused me to think, and I've had a few discussions lately that I think are pretty important, and I wanted to go live and talk about it. So let's do that. Thanks. Thanks for being back with me. Let's move that out of the way there. Oh, maybe over here. Cool stuff, Nick Fitzgerald. Thanks for showing me all this stuff. Yeah, Aaron Stewart from the Little Black Couch. Good to have you here. Obviously not in the right place, but we'll get it over there eventually. I went through the whole rigmarole with Facebook, and then I had to do like some kind of a sworn affidavit in order to get admin rights back to the Little Black Couch page. And it turns out they felt like I didn't need any help and that there was some kind of business account connected, but there isn't. So I had to go through it again and turn in all the paperwork again yesterday. But I will say that this particular agent that I went with yesterday was a much better agent. Seemed to really care, and we tried some things before she took it over. So hopefully this finally gets done. But until then, we are not going to be broadcasting live on the Little Black Couch page, which makes Buddy a little upset. So there's Buddy there, bringing him in. So this is kind of a interesting show because I have learned something through this experience and actually through life that I wanted to talk about today. And it's something that I have termed the if-then paradox. It's something that as entrepreneurs, we can get caught up in a lot. It all surrounds this idea of that we need to find a way to be fulfilled and happy with what we've got going in our lives at any given time. And we can't sit around and wait for, I'm going to shut some windows down. Looks like our computer's struggling a little bit. So let me shut some things down. Sorry about this. Should have done this before. Try to free up some memory so it's not so choppy. Anyway, I had the opportunity last night to meet with as many of you know, I work with young people, folks from the age of around 19, 20. All the way up to 30. And there's about 180 to 250 of them at any given time. And I have a lot of opportunity to sit down and talk to them about their lives and what they plan to do. A lot of them are either going to school or getting married soon or dating or trying to figure out what to do in their careers. So it's a lot of fun. I absolutely love what I do with this youth group, church youth group. It's the best. I absolutely cannot get enough of these young people and working with them. I love their energy. I love their optimism. I love that they are thinking about what's important and they're trying to lay out the rest of their lives. And I love being in that part of being able to contribute, at least feel like you're contributing to that part of their life, right? So trying to help out any way you can, whether that's from stuff that you've learned, whether that's from being an example, whatever it is, it's just super exciting to be a part of somebody's life when they're there, right? When they're trying to figure out who they're going to be for who they want to be for the rest of their lives, not necessarily who they will become, but who they want to be, and then to kind of see how that changes over time, right, with the challenges of life, and we all know how that goes. So, but one of the things that I like to talk to them about and is this whole if-then paradox. And what do I mean by that? It's something that we entrepreneurs do a lot of. We're dreamers. We want to solve problems. We want to help people. And that's great. There's nothing wrong with that. We should continue to do that. But the paradox then becomes, we get into this if paradox, which is essentially, if I'm able to do X, then I will be happy. Then I will be content. Then I will be at peace. Then I will be calm. Then I will be whatever, fulfilled, successful, whatever it is, right? And we put these huge limitations on our own happiness when we do things like that. So we talk about finding joy in the journey, and I know we've talked about that before. Being an entrepreneur is completely fun because you've got the opportunity to learn new stuff all the time. And I think that that's what makes entrepreneurship so fun, that the opportunity to wear a whole bunch of different hats. I really get upset at some of these gurus, and I'm not supposed to be moving. I apologize. My chair has wheels on it. Maybe I should change chairs. My wife got on me the other night because I move around too much. So I'm trying not to move. Maybe if I just pinned my chair, is there? Anyway, so we'll figure it out. I'll try not to move, try to not make anybody sick. But I get really frustrated with some of these gurus in the entrepreneurship world. It's a fascinating transition to watch how entrepreneurship is changing. And obviously online does that. And we have this ability now to leverage resources all over the world. But that also gives us the ability to be pretty lackluster learners, because we can tap in to people. We can tap in to people all over the world that know how to perform some skills that we may need in our business, and then we never have to learn them ourselves. And that's the part of entrepreneurship that I love the most, and I worry about losing that aspect of entrepreneurship in this new modern way of doing things. I don't mind, obviously, the new technologies and the softwares and the automation and all that stuff's really great. But unless you understand the underlying purposes of each one of those systems, then you are just some kind of an idea man and or woman. I apologize if anybody was offended by that. I'm not one to, offend anyone. So, but that's the sort of thing that I worry about, right? In this modern age, this generation, that we somehow, at least some of the gurus and stuff, are trying to encourage people to not do certain skills and tasks and things and hand them off as fast as you can, right? So you can have more leisure time. And I don't necessarily buy into that. I don't necessarily buy into the benefit of leisure time. I don't buy into, I think that family time's great, and you can have your own goals, obviously, as an entrepreneur. But idle hands are not awesome. So hopefully this freedom that you're trying to get with your time is put to good use, whether that's in philanthropy, whether that's in some other good activity. It's not just a hammock somewhere. All right, enough of the rant. But getting back to this if-then concept, there is a lot of folks out there who are not happy, who are working like crazy, thinking that someday, when their ship comes in and they've made it, that then they'll be happy. The if-then paradox. And that is one of the saddest situations that I run into in the young people and in people just out on the street that I talk to. And I worry about it. There's so much disappointment, I can promise you. There is so much disappointment when you have set a goal for yourself and you work like crazy. And this is one of the reasons I don't like the way we set up goals right now. Is we work and we work and we work and we focus on this goal and we get to the goal and all of a sudden we realize I'm still not happy. I've obtained some kind of success or the business is booming and I have a degree. I'm now 21, whatever it is that you've been looking forward to, and you get there and you realize it's not the key to anything. It's just another thing. That happiness is not going to come by accomplishing something or getting someplace or visiting Italy or whatever it is. It will not bring you happiness. That has to come way before, or it has to come after. Some folks have to get to that point where they achieve whatever they were looking to achieve and realize, oh my word, that didn't do it. So now what? And then they actually start looking as to how to be happy and not put that on something, not wait for something to be happy. So that's the whole if-then paradox. I'm telling you that there is a way for us to be happy right now, and it doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter if you have a huge, massive zit on your forehead here. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if when you're walking out in public in socks and sandals. Oh, can't even get it up there. I wear socks and sandals much of the time. I didn't used to. I actually tripped up a stair and tore off one of my toenails a while back, and it was so painful that I couldn't wear shoes. It was actually last summer. So I started wearing sandals, but I had a huge Band-Aid and it was bleeding and stuff, so I wore socks over the top, and it was so comfortable and wonderful that I just was gonna keep wearing it. And then I noticed that everybody was like giving me dirty looks and thinking that I looked horrible and hideous in my socks with sandals, and somehow or another that's sort of some fashion faux pas. And once I saw that I was then that was it for sure. So I wear them all the time now. Still get the looks like this poor old guy doesn't know he looks ridiculous, and it's really a practice. It's really a great way to practice not caring what other people think. So anyway, back to the if-then paradox, right? So if you, and again we've talked about this before, if somehow or another in the process, if we're more focused on and present to the effort that we're making, then we can be happy. And this becomes super helpful. I'm working on a cool project with my wife on this effort side of things that I think will be super helpful to kind of show the philosophy a little bit deeper and kind of tie it together. But it's a way in which if your goals and tasks are tied to the effort and you can always associate those and you practice associating that, then happiness can come every day without fail. And you can, when you realize that you're not feeling very happy, then you can take steps, very careful, deliberate steps to make yourself happy, to make yourself feel like you're making progress, to make yourself feel like you're making a difference, to help yourself feel good about what you're doing and what you are accomplishing every single day. And sometimes we discount our daily activities because no big goal or major thing happened. And I hate that. I hate to meet people that are living like that because they're missing out on so much of this awesome world in which we live, because this place is amazing. The opportunities are off the charts. The chance to learn new things every single day, a new skill, a new technology, read from a new book, talk to a new person, all kinds of new knowledge. I can't believe how many documentaries are coming out. My wife and I watched one last night, and some poor little lady down in the Amazon cave. I don't know if anybody else watched it. Frightening, poor little thing. But anyway, there's just so much, right? And man, wish I could go further into this and go deeper. But just please, I mean, if you have a bunch of goals, excellent. But if you are holding off, if you look at your life right now and you think to yourself, okay, when this happens, then I'll have this, stop it. Just put an end to that thinking. reach out, send me an email. I'd be happy to get on a phone call with you or a Zoom or whatever. Send me an email. You cannot go on like this. Every day needs to be in and of itself wonderful. You need to feel like you're accomplishing and doing great things every single day. And if you don't feel like you're accomplishing and doing great things every single day, then you're not paying attention. And you're not looking in the right place. And there needs to be a mindset adjustment to help you do that. Because every day should be an adventure and every day should be wonderful. I don't know if I should do this or not, but I'm picturing the episode of Friends when Chandler's about to express to everybody that he doesn't like dogs, and Joey's going, "Dude, don't do it. Dude, don't do it. Nobody's gonna understand." Heck, I don't like holidays. Not in the traditional sense. I like being with my family. I like what it means. But I believe that I see a lot of this if-then building to a holiday, right? Where people are like so excited for their vacation to come, so excited to get out of school for a week, so excited for all these sorts of things, and they're just basically holding on until they get a couple days off. And so I've developed this really sort of bad taste in my mouth for holidays, because I know that there's a good majority of people out there that are just holding on with their miserable lives until they can get a couple days off. And then it's going to be great. And then it'll be awesome. And then I'm going to pull on a flag shirt and go running around with sparklers, and my life's going to get, hugely better. And then the holiday's over and you go back to work and you realize, hey, I'm just as miserable as I ever was. I just basically had a couple days of distraction to forget that I'm not happy. So I don't like that. I think that holidays are awesome, but I don't think that we should feel any more wonderful on a holiday than we do on any other day. And I think that that's possible. I don't really celebrate my birthday. I didn't do a whole lot to earn my birthday, right? I just took a breath and started screaming. Somehow or another, I get a day every year because I pulled that off. So that's never made much sense to me either. But for a whole different side of things, I really don't. Yeah. Anyway, that's a whole different show, talking about birthdays. So I do believe I should celebrate my parents. They had to do a lot. That first breath and that big cry that I made that first day sure messed up their lives for a long time, right? They had to work very hard to keep me alive, frankly. So, anyway, please don't get caught in this if-then paradox. Please don't think that somehow or another down the road some event is going to make you happy. It won't. And the big concern here is if you look at Hollywood and you look at all these big stars and they've got all the fame and fortune, right? And they show up on the red carpet, which is and all these fancy dresses, and we're talking about all this fame and glamour and garbage, and it's pathetic. But and the glamour and all of that, right? But they reach it, they get there, and it almost feels like the red carpets and all this kind of stuff they have to do is to distract them from the fact that they're still miserable. And they achieved everything they wanted to in life. And they're still miserable. And then they OD on drugs, and they drink themselves sick 5 nights a week, and they're not happy. And they wonder why. Because they didn't figure out what makes you happy along the way. The only way to be happy and learn how to be happy is to do it in small steps every single day. And change your mindset. It's possible, it happens. And we as entrepreneurs, I'm sorry, but we have a huge advantage in this area because we're always trying to create, and we're always trying to do things, and we're always putting forth effort. We have a huge advantage on the world at trying to be happy for a lot of reasons. But we have a huge advantage. So if we tap into those little things that we're trying to accomplish and the effort that we're putting forth, Happiness is so possible every single day, and it won't take a holiday, and it won't take a birthday. I don't like graduations either. I think graduations are pathetic. I don't get it. Big celebration for what? Every single day should be a celebration. Your graduation should be a letdown. Right? Because you had so much fun the whole time. And now that big thing is over and you've got to go off and do something else, which is going to be fun, but it should be a little bit of a letdown, not a celebration. I've never understood either. Obviously, as you can tell, I didn't attend my high school graduation. I didn't attend my college graduation, and I don't like to attend graduations. I think that we need to do a better job of celebrating every day and everything that went on to get to the graduation, and we don't as a society. And so graduations tick me off. I don't like graduations, I don't like holidays, and for a whole different reason, I don't like birthdays. At least mine. Other people, hey, you love your birthday, great. My wife loves her birthday. I love celebrating on her birthday. Usually turns out pretty good for me. So if you keep her happy, life's good. So anyway, please don't get caught in that paradox. Find ways to be happy with the little things that you're doing right now. The little tiny things. Be present to who you are and what you're doing. Make sure that you know when you're putting forth effort and give yourself credit for it. Tie it to a goal that's coming up. But all of that effort, all along, every single day, needs to be applauded and cheered. That needs to be celebrated, not the big things down the road, right? You can do that if you want. But happiness isn't going to come from that. Happiness is going to come in the journey, and when you get there, it'll be like, okay, check it off, big deal, let's go to the next thing. But you've learned to be happy the whole journey, and that is just a signal that it's time to do something different, not that it's time to be happy. Happy's already happened. Hope that makes sense. Till next time, Aaron Stewart from the Little Black Couch with his good buddy. Oh, the camera went out. That is so sad. I don't know. We'll just go there. Until next time, Aaron Stewart saying thank you very much and out.